The marketplace in Medina buzzed with activity. The sun shone brightly, casting a golden hue over the vibrant stalls. The air was filled with the sounds of lively chatter and the occasional laughter of children running through the narrow pathways. Merchants called out their wares, their voices blending into a symphony of commerce. Each vendor had a unique call, a distinct melody that drew customers to their stalls. Shoppers haggled for the best prices, their faces animated with the thrill of negotiation. It was a dance of words and gestures, a time-honored tradition that brought a sense of community and connection. The air was thick with the scent of spices and perfumes. The rich aroma of cumin, coriander and saffron mingled with the sweet fragrance of rose and jasmine, creating an intoxicating blend that tantalized the senses. Yusuf, a young merchant, smiled as he arranged his colorful fabrics. His stall was a kaleidoscope of colors, with silks and cottons in every shade imaginable. Each piece was carefully chosen, a testament to his keen eye for quality. He took pride in his work, meticulously arranging each fabric to catch the eye of passers-by. His dedication was evident in every detail, from the neatly folded edges to the vibrant displays. Yusuf was known for his honesty and fair prices. His reputation had quickly spread through the marketplace, earning him the trust and respect of both customers and fellow merchants. Yusuf was new to Medina. He had arrived just a few months ago, eager to start a new chapter in his life. The bustling marketplace was a stark contrast to the quiet village he had left behind. He had come from a distant land, hoping for a better life. The journey had been long and arduous, but Yusuf's determination had carried him through. He dreamed of prosperity and a future filled with opportunities. He missed his family dearly. The memories of his loved ones were a constant presence in his heart, providing both comfort and motivation. He often thought of the day he would be able to bring them to Medina. However, he was determined to build a good life for himself and support his loved ones back home. Every sale, every satisfied customer, brought him one step closer to his goal. He knew that Allah would bless his efforts if he remained truthful and hardworking. His faith was his guiding light, giving him strength and hope as he navigated the challenges of his new life in Medina. A wealthy-looking man approached Yusuf's stall. His attire was rich and opulent, a clear indication of his high status. The man moved with an air of confidence, his eyes scanning the various stalls until they landed on Yusuf's vibrant display. He admired a beautiful silk cloth. The fabric shimmered under the sunlight, its intricate patterns and vibrant colors catching the man's discerning eye. He reached out to touch it, feeling the smooth texture between his fingers. "How much for this, young man?" the man inquired, his eyes gleaming with interest. His voice was deep and commanding, yet there was a hint of warmth in his tone. "This is one of my finest fabrics, sir," Yusuf replied respectfully. He could tell that this customer was not just any ordinary buyer. There was something special about him. "It is woven from the finest silk," Yusuf continued, his pride evident in his voice. He had spent countless hours ensuring that every thread was perfect. "It would make a beautiful garment," he added, envisioning the fabric transformed into a luxurious robe or dress. Yusuf quoted a fair price. The man barely blinked. Instead, he smiled, a gesture that seemed to light up his entire face. He quickly agreed to the price, offering even more than Yusuf had asked for. "Consider it a token of my appreciation for your craftsmanship," the man said, handing over a generous amount of money. Yusuf was taken aback by the man's generosity. He had never encountered such a magnanimous customer before. His heart swelled with gratitude. He was about to express his gratitude and wrap the silk. His hands moved deftly, preparing to package the fabric with the utmost care. As he reached for the fabric, he noticed a small flaw in the corner. It was a tiny imperfection, almost unnoticeable to the untrained eye. It was almost invisible, but it was there. Yusuf's heart sank slightly. He prided himself on the quality of his goods, and this small flaw felt like a personal failure. He hesitated, wondering if he should point it out or hope the man wouldn't notice. Yusuf's heart pounded in his chest. Should he point out the flaw? The man had not noticed it. He would likely never realize the imperfection. Yusuf's mind raced. He thought about the extra money the man was offering. It was a significant sum. It would greatly help him send more back to his family, yet a nagging feeling tugged at his conscience. He remembered the Prophet's teachings about honesty in business. Could he call himself a Muslim if he deceived this customer? Could he face Allah knowing he had been dishonest? Yusuf closed his eyes for a moment. He recalled the Prophet's words. The truthful merchant will be with the prophets, the truthful ones, and the martyrs. These words echoed in his ears. He remembered how the Prophet always emphasized the importance of honesty. It was one of the pillars of Islam. He remembered stories of how the Prophet himself was known for his truthfulness. Even before his prophethood, he was called Al-Sadiq and Al-Amin, the truthful, the trustworthy. Could Yusuf, who claimed to follow the Prophet, do any less? Section 5. A difficult decision. Yusuf took a deep breath. He knew what he had to do. It was not an easy decision. The extra money would have been a blessing. However, his integrity and his faith were far more valuable. He opened his eyes. He looked at the customer with a sincere smile. "Sir," Yusuf began respectfully, "before we finalize the transaction, I must point out a small flaw in the fabric. It is almost unnoticeable, but I want to be completely transparent with you." Section 6. An unexpected blessing. The wealthy man examined the fabric closely. He raised an eyebrow in surprise. He had not seen the flaw before. He was impressed by Yusuf's honesty. Many merchants would have taken advantage of his oversight. This young man was different. "Young man," the customer said, a hint of admiration in his voice, "I'm truly impressed by your integrity. Your honesty is rare and commendable. I will still purchase this fabric. In fact, I am so pleased with your character that I would like to offer you a partnership in my business." In Section 7, the power of honesty. Yusuf was astonished. He could barely believe his ears. His simple act of honesty had led to such an unexpected blessing. He stammered out his thanks. He felt a surge of gratitude to Allah SWT for guiding him to make the right choice. He realized that true wealth lay not just in money, but also in character and integrity. News of Yusuf's honesty spread through the marketplace and beyond. People were drawn to his ethical business practices. His stall became a favorite among shoppers. They knew they could trust him to be fair and truthful. Section 8. Blessings in disguise. Yusuf prospered in his business, but more importantly, he found peace and blessings in his honesty. His journey was not just about financial success. It was about staying true to his core values. Every morning, as he opened his market stall, he was reminded of the importance of integrity and faith. The bustling market was not just a place of commerce for him, but a place where he could practice and demonstrate his principles. He had stayed true to his values and his faith. In moments of quiet reflection, Yusuf often thought about the teachings of the Prophet, Pibach, and how they guided his every action. His prayers were filled with gratitude, not just for the material success he had achieved, but for the spiritual fulfillment that came with living a life of honesty and faith. He realized that sometimes what seems like a loss can turn out to be a blessing in disguise. There were times when business was slow and he faced challenges that tested his resolve. But in those moments, he found strength in his faith and the belief that every difficulty carried within it the seeds of a greater good. These experiences taught him patience and resilience. His decision to be honest had not only upheld his integrity, but had also opened doors he could never have imagined. Customers trusted him, and his reputation for fairness spread far and wide. People came to his stall not just to buy goods, but to seek advice and share their stories. His honesty created a bond of trust that was more valuable than any profit. He had gained the respect of the community. The market was a microcosm of the larger society, and Yusuf's actions had a ripple effect. Other merchants began to emulate his practices, and the entire market became known for its fair dealings. Yusuf's influence extended beyond his stall, fostering a sense of community and mutual respect. Most importantly, he had earned the pleasure of Allah SWT. In his heart, Yusuf knew that his true success was measured not by his wealth, but by his adherence to the principles of his faith. His prayers were a testament to his gratitude and his unwavering commitment to living a life that pleased his Creator. Yusuf continued to live by the Prophet's Pbuh teachings. He saw his business as a means to serve others and to demonstrate the values he held dear. Every transaction was an opportunity to practice honesty, kindness, and generosity. He taught these values to his children and encouraged other merchants to do the same. He knew that his success was not just his own doing. It was a collective effort supported by the trust and goodwill of his customers and the community. Yusuf remained humble, always acknowledging that his achievements were a result of the blessings and guidance of Allah, SWT. It was a gift from Allah, SWT, a result of his commitment to honesty and following the Sunnah. Yusuf's story is a reminder that true success is not measured by material wealth, but by the values we uphold and the positive impact we have on those around us. His life was a testament to the power of faith, integrity, and the blessings that come from living a life of purpose and principle. Section 9. Following the Sunnah. Yusuf's story is a timeless reminder of the importance of honesty and following the Sunnah in our daily lives. It highlights the profound wisdom in the Prophet's PBUH teachings. His life serves as an example for all of us, reminding us that true success lies not in material wealth, but in living a life of integrity, guided by faith and the pursuit of Allah's SWT pleasure. In a world where shortcuts and compromises are often tempting, Yusuf's story inspires us to choose the path of righteousness, knowing that honesty coupled with hard work and trust in Allah, SWT, will ultimately lead to the greatest rewards.